Hey everyone, so back with another video here. I'm sorry I haven't been uploading a lot recently. I've been busy with my job and doing other things for that matter, so that's why I haven't been uploading a lot. So I've been doing a lot of things recently, as I said, busy with work. I was going to make this video real quick, just sharing my thoughts about some teams that are getting new stadiums. As you probably know, the Bears are getting a new, for football, the Bears are getting a new one. The Browns are getting apparently a new one. The Titans are getting a new one. The Jaguars are getting a major renovation. Now, one thing they all have in common is that they're all going to be getting domes put on. Well, actually the Jaguars, let me rephrase that. Actually, the Jaguars are keeping their stadium, but they're adding a roof on top. And for the other three, excuse me. Sorry about that. For the Browns, the Bears, and the Titans, they're actually all getting brand new stadiums with roofs put on. And I know they say the Bears, I know their stadium, Soldier Field, got a renovation like 20 or so years ago, but a lot of people say it really didn't do that much. The stadium itself is over 100 years old, I think. The Browns stadium was built in `99 and it's 25, but a lot of people say it was very rushed. It's already very out of date. The Titans, a lot of people say, I hear that it's a bad stadium. But the main point I wanted to say is they're all getting roofs on top. And I know a lot of people say, like, oh, certain sports are meant to be played outside, like football. And for baseball, on a side note, the A's, apparently they're going to Las Vegas in 2028. And they're going to be enclosed, and they're going to be an enclosed stadium too, which makes sense because they said Vegas is a very brutal with the heat. And they're going out of Oakland. They've been wanting to get out of there for years, apparently, I think. But they're going to be in Sacramento at a minor league park for the next 3 years, it seems. But I just wanted to share my thoughts about all this. I mean, a lot of people say, like, these sports, they like the outdoor experience, which I get. But at the same time, a roof would eliminate any possibility of weather inconveniences, weather delays, all that stuff, especially in the heat, whether it be in the heat or the cold especially. I mean, I've seen so many games have delays or postponement in baseball, delays, postponements because of the weather. A roof would eliminate all of that. Whether, I know retractable doesn't really seem to be kind of seems to be waning overall. Although the Texas Rangers, I think their new stadium's retractable, so yeah. But whether it be retractable or a dome, if it's in an area especially that can get bad storms, I mean, who really wants to deal with weather delays, inconveniences if you don't have to? If the roof can eliminate that from happening and not having to worry about that stuff, I'm all for it. If it means giving up the outdoor experience to avoid any weather issues, delays, inconvenience, if a roof can eliminate delays, postponements, any of that stuff, I'm all for it. If it means giving up the outdoor experience, I'm okay with that. And I know, like, for example, like the Yankees and the Mets, their stadiums were apparently rumored to have retractable roofs back in the day, but that didn't happen. Maybe today that'd be different, I don't know. But in hindsight, they should have kept the roofs because it would have avoided, especially there in New York, it would have avoided any weather inconveniences. And I know a lot of people don't think much about weather inconveniences, but when you have to go out, take the time out, you go in, parking, setting up, only for the game to get delayed and not happen, is a huge pain. People somehow don't seem to realize it's a huge pain, because then whenever the game gets made up, you might not have time, you might not have the means to get to that game. Like if a MLB game's postponed, you may not be able to go to that game. If a roof was on the stadium, however, you wouldn't have to worry about it. You would plan the game and it would be fine. And look, I mean, I'm just saying, it seems like outdoor arenas, maybe I'm wrong, but it seems like outdoor arenas are waning. In my opinion, I'm okay with that. If it means lessening or eliminating altogether inconveniences, I'm all for it. And not only that, having it enclosed, you're allowed to host events all year round. Excuse me. You're able to host events all year round without having to worry about the weather. And that brings more revenue in. And especially, like I said, in the heat, in the summer, I mean, I know states like in Texas, Arizona, Florida, all pretty much their major league parks have roofs on them. Although, except for Tampa, I don't understand why that didn't. I know Jacksonville, as I said, they're getting a roof added on, but I know especially NFL, they want roofs so they can host Super Bowls now. Even with canopies, okay, I don't know if I have a problem. I know the Bills, they're getting a new stadium, but it's not going to be a roof. It's going to have like a canopy over the seating, which, okay, I mean, it's something, you know. I could understand that, maybe. But, I mean, even Miami, they got a canopy added on. So, even a canopy, I mean, like, I'd be okay with a canopy, maybe. I'd prefer a roof, but if you have to go with a canopy, I'd be okay with that too. If there was no other option available, I guess. But I don't know, this was just my thoughts about how, you know, how I really think it's time for stadiums to start putting roofs on so you don't have to worry about, like, inconveniences, delays, postponements, all that. You know, like I said, it's a huge pain, as I said, taking time out of your day, going to the game, you know, traveling out of the way, only for the game to get delayed or postponed anyway. So you just wasted a whole day when a roof would have avoided that. And like I said, then when the game gets made up, you probably won't have the means to go then. Because let's say you took time out of the day to go to the game, gets postponed, and the makeup day you won't be able to go. Probably because, I don't know, because you might not have the means to go then. I mean, it's a huge pain, huge inconvenience, huge bummer. So, I don't know, like I said, it seems like that's where stadiums are going now. They want, for the most part, things to have covering and all that. Although I heard a rumor, correct me if I'm wrong, that the Angels in Anaheim, that in the past 20 years, they've only had a couple postponements. Is that true? I've heard that somewhere. I mean, maybe I can understand that if they have, like, no rain ever. Especially, they say Southern California gets, like, no rain. I don't know how true that is. I could be wrong. But, I mean, yeah, like I said, it seems like enclosed or covered stadiums are becoming more common. Now, as I said, you'll be able to host events all year round, not having to worry about the weather. A lot of people don't want to sit out of the brutal heat or the brutal cold. They want climate-controlled environments now, which makes perfect sense now, especially with you know, with the threat of climate change, how the weather's getting more extreme. The weather's changing. It makes sense. So yeah, my thoughts are, I'm okay with new stadiums having roofs. I prefer it that way. So yeah, that's all I got to say. I just wanted to give my thoughts about that. There's a cricket. What is that, a bird somewhere? I forget what makes that noise, but that's beside the point. But yeah, so just wanted to share my thoughts about that. So yeah, catch you guys later. Bye.